relatives. He faces 18 counts of mishandling classified information.
This deals with allegedly mishandling classified documents. His own attorney, Abbe Lowell, who famously represented Hunter Biden, Bill Clinton, Jared Kushner in the past, put out a statement a couple of weeks ago when news was swirling that this may be happening, admitting that Bolton did have classified documents in his possession, but said that those were pre-cleared for the publication of his book.
Fox's David Spunt, Attorney General Pam Bondi issuing a statement reading in part, there is one tier of justice for all Americans. Anyone who abuses a position of power and jeopardizes our national security will be held accountable. President Trump continues to push for peace between Russia and Ukraine with a plan to meet with Russia's president in a matter of weeks.
During a phone call with Russian President Vladimir Putin, President Trump says the two agreed to meet in Budapest, Hungary, possibly in the next 2 weeks.
I'm doing it also to help Europe. They want to have it ended, but they're unable to do it. I'm able to do it. So I think we'll be successful.
President Trump met with Putin in Alaska in August, a summit that failed to reach a breakthrough in ceasefire talks. The president is hosting Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky at the White House Friday. Ukraine's leader is pressing for the U.S. to provide long-range Tomahawk missiles.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. Hamas says the return of the bodies of Israeli hostages may take time, as some are buried in tunnels destroyed by Israel and others remain under rubble of buildings that Israel bombed, but it claimed it's committed to honoring the peace agreement. America's listening to Fox News.
Always here, always local.
WDUN. From the Access WDUN Hardy Chevrolet Newsroom, I'm Hamilton Keener. A fundraiser has been started for the family of the victims of Monday's deadly crash on I-85 in Jackson County. WDUN's Caleb Hutchins reports.
8 people were killed Monday afternoon when their van was rear-ended by a tractor-trailer on 85 northbound near Commerce. Tony Alvarenga, who says the victims were his family members, has since set up a GoFundMe to try to cover funeral expenses for the family. You can find a link to the GoFundMe at Access WDUN. The driver of the truck that caused the collision has been arrested on a list of charges, including multiple counts of second-degree homicide by vehicle.
Former Hall County standout athlete and NFL player Connor Shaw has recovered after collapsing from sudden cardiac arrest last month in South Carolina. The former Flowery Branch High School and University of South Carolina quarterback posted a video this week thanking the first responders who saved his life, pointing out that less than 10% of people who suffer sudden cardiac arrest outside of a hospital survive.
And I feel convicted to do something about it, to help people be prepared to save a life. And that's why I'm launching the Heart Huddle, which is a mission to purchase and place AEDs in areas of need at rec department fields and middle school fields across communities in South Carolina.
Shaw said the initiative will kick off later this year at the South Carolina-Clemson football game in late November. Gwinnett County's law enforcement will make it easier for residents to remove and dispose of unwanted or expired drugs from their homes. WDUN Steve Winslow reports.
Gwinnett's police headquarters in each precinct will now have Narcex medication disposal receptacles in the main entrance lobbies. Residents can dispose of expired or unwanted pills, tablets, and capsules into the receptacles during normal weekday business hours at their local stations. A release from Gwinnett Police says the receptacles are to help the community to avoid accidental misuse of the drugs and to prevent environmental contamination from improper disposals.
And if you are looking for a job, a recent list ranks which large company might be the best fit for you. A recent Forbes list of the top employers to work for in the state of Georgia ranks Delta Airlines as the #1 place to work. Apple was #2, and Lockheed Martin, Salesforce, and General Motors rounds out the top 5. There's more news at Access WDUN. And now here's the Access WDUN forecast.
Good Thursday afternoon, North Georgia. Sunny skies, an abundance of brightness. Mid to upper 70s this afternoon. No worries because we keep things clear right on through the evening and overnight. Low 50s by Friday morning. From the Access WDUN Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Holly Strano.
It's 78 degrees in Buford, 76 degrees in Tiger, and 78 degrees in Gainesville. From North Georgia's News Talk, AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN.
There's nothing like cool, crisp air of fall in North Georgia after a hot, humid summer. Conditioned Air Systems is here to get your HVAC system ready for the changing seasons. With regular maintenance that saves you money on your energy bill, and look no further for quick, reliable plumbing repairs or installation services. Conditioned Air Systems has been a trusted name in Northeast Georgia for over 45 years. Call us today at 1-800-AC-REPAIR.
Waste Eliminator is a full-service waste management company providing critical disposal, recycling, and environmental solutions for business and residential clients. From large-scale commercial projects to smaller residential cleanups, Waste Eliminator offers reliable dumpster rental service tailored to your needs. Whether you're tackling a renovation, new construction, or even a simple home cleanout, Waste Eliminator will manage the waste efficiently and sustainably. Visit online at wasteeliminator.com.
This is Nick
and Laura from
Nichols Body Shop. We want you to know it's your choice who repairs your vehicle.
Do not assume you can get the best repair for the cheapest price.
Every shop is different.
We work for you, our customer, to give you the best repair possible.
Learn more by calling 770-967-8200 or come by the shop. Estimates are always free.
You can also find us on Facebook at Nichols Body Shop,
the home of quality repairs
and old-fashioned service.
With Friday game night just 24 hours away, it's time for a look at what to expect when your team hits the field. It's the Pick'em Show, presented by M&R Equipment Rental and Sales, featuring coach interviews, game previews, and your calls. From the Northeast Georgia Health System studio here, Bo Wilson, Caleb Hutchins, Jeff Hart, and Walker McCrary on AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN, and video streaming on YouTube at Access WDUN Sports. Always here, always local.
Welcome to week number 10, Pick'em Show, right here on our family of networks. Yes, our family of networks. Facebook, YouTube, and of course 550 and 102.9. Welcome, gentlemen, and happy Thursday.
Me and you were talking earlier today
about
how fast
this
this is the fastest season.
It seems
we're
starting the fourth quarter this week, guys. Fourth quarter.
I mean, it's crazy how fast.
And this is where it gets real. This is kind of winning time. It's regular season because now you've got playoff spots up for grabs. You've got region championships up for grabs. We could have multiple region championships decided this week potentially.
We could, or if not decided, certainly we'll know who's going to play for them. Absolutely.
Yeah. So we are getting to that point now where all the I guess the earlier games where you're just kind of trying to figure out what the picture looks like. We know what the picture looks like in all these regions now, and it's time to decide these things.
It's when you look at where we started, 10 weeks ago till now, this is always the time that we love to watch because we start taking, especially in 3A, 2A, and 1A, we start looking at brackets. We start, I think, Caleb, earlier today,
some of us do.
You put together what 3A could look like if it ended today.
If it ended today, North Hall would be the number one overall seed in the bracket. Right now, they are the number one team right now in 6-3A, so they would be a region champ, and they are number one in the power ratings right now. So they would be your number one team in the bracket. But there's some interesting stuff looking at that bracket. Jefferson right now, number 2 overall, potentially. And you could potentially have Lumpkin County having to go on the road to the defending state champs in Calhoun. If the season ended today, that's what the bracket would spit out.
Here's kind of a question, because when you look at the postseason rankings, you look at kind of the equation or the mathematical solution on how they come to that number. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, that North Hall wins tomorrow over Lumpkin, right? Then they play Johnson. Johnson is going to hurt them in the postseason rankings. It could take them out of the top spot, maybe drop them to third. Can they get back to the top spot? Because you see all this stuff, Walker, and how the math works. If you're a mathing guy, Johnson's going to hurt North Hall next week.
Yeah, and you take a look at, for instance, Jefferson at number 2. They don't really have a team left on their schedule that's going to hurt, right?
Right.
I think they've already played West Hall, so that's not going to hurt them. They've only got, Oconee and Cherokee Bluff left?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? So that's only going to help them, in my opinion.
But remember, last year they lost Oconee, so that would hurt.
It would.
Yes, a loss definitely would hurt.
Losses do hurt.
On the other hand, all these teams have already played Johnson. If you haven't, so I think it all kind of washes out in the end once they get all the games factored into the equation. I don't know that it would hurt them anymore, but we've seen some strange things happen in that final poll from the time where you can see it and then poof, it vanishes off of GHSA, and it comes back, and you're like, well, that's interesting.
Make sure we download the rankings at the start of week 12 because they're going to be gone.
Yeah.
So let me just say this, by the way. Let me throw this out there in relation to the whole will North Hall get the 1 seed, will Jefferson get the 1 seed. Let me throw this out there. Do you want to be the 1 seed? And here's the reason I ask that, because if you're a top 4 or if you're really number 1 or number 2, it doesn't matter a whole lot in terms of if you're a 1 or a 2, you're going to get home games all the way through the playoffs guaranteed regardless until you go to Atlanta for the championship game.
That's right.
With the current way the bracket is set up, because we've had the whole discussions about liking the power ratings, not liking the power ratings. Even me as a guy who's in a don't like the power ratings format, I do think the current model we have right now, where we're like kind of incorporating the power ratings but still sort of using the 1 through 4, like it's this hybrid thing. I think this is like the worst of the 3 possibilities. Like, I don't like this at all.
Right.
And here's why. Right now, North Hall, if the season ended today, we worked up the bracket based on region standings around the state, the PSR ratings. North Hall would play Dougherty in round 1. They'd be heavily favored to win that game. If they advance to the second round, they would be at home against the winner of Harlem at LaGrange. LaGrange right now, they are in second place in their region, but they're like top 8 in the power ratings, so they automatically get bumped down. Or I'm sorry, no, they're actually 3rd in their region right now. So they are in that 3 to 4
some big
group.
games to be played.
But because some
region.
private schools, that's correct, they could finish higher. But my point is, because some private schools get pulled out, LaGrange gets bumped up to a top 16 spot, and all of a sudden what ends up happening is, like, of all the teams that didn't finish top 2 in the region, you get that 16 seed, which is the highest PSR team that didn't finish top 2 in the region. So you end up getting a higher PSR team than you would have gotten were you like a 4 seed and you got one of the lowest PSR rated 2 seeds. You see what I'm getting at there? Like, LaGrange is ranked number, I think, 5 by the media pollsters right now.
Do they still have the running back from last year?
That I don't know. You're painting the picture of what is, and I hate to go this way, what is wrong with how they seed them in the playoff rankings.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like I said, whether you're a fan of what they're going to with 1 through 32 or what it used to be where it was just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4,
right.
I think what we have right here, right now, is like the worst of those 3 options.
Agreed.
Right. I agree.
I would
100% agree.
Yeah. I think next year when they go to the full just
seed you as you are.
Right.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see a much more representation of, who the good teams are and who the, for lack of a better phrase, also rans.
Well, we say that, and then we know what happened in the state basketball playoffs last
that's
year
different,
when Cherokee Bluff lost at home as a, what were they, a 2 seed in that bracket to a number 30 seed?
I think basketball is totally different than football because you can have 2 or 3 really quality players and pull some good upsets. If you don't have a full team in football, it's going to be hard to really knock off one of the top
it's hard to
8 or
compare
9 teams.
Both of all right, guys, last week, week 9, Gainesville gets over the hump there. They beat Milton. I think the surprising game of the night for me, though, was the Flowery Branch Madison County game. I did not
expect. Was a surprising one to you?
I got one more surprising than that.
One of the. I did not expect that.
The manner in which they lost was more surprising than
they had 2 weeks to prepare for that. So I think we were all anticipating that they would have a good handle on that Madison County offense. And, I hope for the Falcons' sake that is not a precursor of what's to come over here. Because they have put together a really great 2/3 of a season. Much higher expectations than we all thought going into the season. And they have a really good team. I want to see that offense in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think I know where you're going on the other one. Bluff Monroe area.
I know where he's going.
Okay.
That's
Raven.
Raven. Raven.
Do not go play in Oglethorpe County.
Yeah. Stay out of Lexington.
Forget about it.
Stay as far away from Lexington as you possibly can.
Yeah, they've that was a shock. Massive.
Do we know what happened there? Do we have any inside information on what happened?
The Patriots are really good at home. I honestly don't know. They jumped out to a 21-7 lead at one point.
You wonder, did they? Look, Rance Gillespie. He's a veteran coach. They have a pretty veteran team. I don't feel like they would take someone lightly, but you got to wonder if maybe that was a small factor.
I'm going to throw this out there. We just talked about Flowery Branch. Flowery Branch is under a first-year head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Rabun County's under a first-year head coach. Yet Rabun County and Flowery Branch have had such great starts to the season that it kind of made you forget that, and you kind of stopped treating them like a first-year, head coach program that's still trying to get their legs under them and figure some things out. And you forget that some of those vulnerabilities are still there because they started so strong.
Yeah.
And maybe, and I don't know this, but I wasn't at either of those places this last week getting ready for these games, but you wonder if maybe the players start to forget that a little bit. And maybe do you get a little overconfident and you're a team that maybe can't afford to get a little overconfident.
Yeah, and the fact that you're Rabun County and you're thinking, okay, we're back, and then you have I'm going to call it a trap game because that's exactly what that was for Rabun County.
Let your head get ahead of your feet a little too much.
I don't know what to call the Flowery Branch Madison County outcome because, again, I didn't expect that game to end the way it ended.
Look, I've seen Flowery Branch twice. That's a team that's been playing with a chip on its shoulder. I can't imagine that it went into that game at Madison County not playing that way. The only thing I can think is they were playing really, really well, and then they had a break. They had to take a 2-week break. And so you kind of maybe they lost some of that momentum of playing like that, because you're off. You kind of, now it's been 2 weeks, and, that's they've really been playing with a chip on their shoulder like they had something to prove all year. So, maybe the break just, not a good time to take a week off for them.
And that's the end of the first segment
Hey,
of
I
the
was
show.
done before I got beat that time.
Red Zone coming up here next. I've got the questions this week, and I've got a secret one for you as well as the Pick'em Show continues here next on WDUN.
At M&R Rental and Equipment, we're not just about renting out top-notch tools and machinery. We're also your trusted partner for all your equipment maintenance needs. From small power tools to large heavy-duty machinery, our team of certified professionals are trained to keep them in peak condition. And with our affordable maintenance packages, you can focus on what you do best, creating, building, and achieving. Visit mnrrental.com for more information. M&R Rental and Equipment, building your projects, supporting your success.
100 grand is what you could win over and over again. You could win big every time. Go play Keno. Next in the verse, then Keno picks 20. The more you match, the more you win money. Win 1 time, 2 times, there's no limits. Up to 100 grand every 3.5 minutes.
You like winning over and over again? It could happen with Keno. That's right. You could win 100 grand playing at the bar, in the store, or online. And there's a new game starting every 3.5 minutes. So why win big just once?
100 grand is what you could win.
Win up to $100,000 every 3.5 minutes. Play Keno from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
Hey, Georgia, looking to win a ton of cash? Pick up a scratcher from the Georgia Lottery. You know, there are almost 367,000 scratcher winners a day. That's over 2.3 million winners a week. Just go to your favorite retailer to get your hands on a scratcher today.
Tune in to WSB Channel 2 for your official Georgia Lottery drawing and check out the Players Club at galottery.com.
The following is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways with the purpose of soliciting sales of vacation ownership. For complete details, please visit FVGradio.com. If you want a 100% complimentary stay at a luxury resort in Cancun, airfare not included, then Family Vacation Getaways is your ticket to paradise. See website for complete details. We're giving away 5 days and 4 nights to the first 50 callers who can name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. An animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. Do you know it? Call now. 800-417-6411. That's 800-417-6411. You're also eligible for an exciting bonus vacation to Orlando, Florida for just $498. And don't worry about anything ruining your plans. We can extend your travel up to 18 months. Name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird, and you get a complimentary Cancun resort stay and an optional bonus vacation to Orlando for just $498. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-417-6411. 800-417-6411. And give us your answer. The proceeding is not a contest and is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways. It is not sponsored by this program or its affiliates.
Always here, always local.
From the Access WDUN Hardy Chevrolet newsroom, a new hearing is ordered for a Gwinnett County man convicted of killing his 2-year-old son over 20 years ago. Details at Access WDUN and coming up on North Georgia's News Talk.
It's everything prep football with a little college and pro action thrown in. It's the Pick'em Show, presented by M&R Equipment Rental and Sales on your home of Friday game night. AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN. And on YouTube at Access WDUN Sports.
I got to say, Snickers is not overrated for Halloween candy.
Never.
And Reese's could be a little bit overrated.
Ooh. My wife would probably like to have a conversation with you.
Overrated in
just
what
aspect? Just a tinge. Like everybody just loves Reese's. I'm thinking.
I mean, it is really good.
What do you think of Reese's Pieces?
No.
You don't like Reese's Pieces? Elite
I'm,
movie theater snack.
Look, I'm with Brian
Yes, elite movie
on the
theater
plain
snack.
M&Ms, by the way. And with that, and I feel like Reese's Pieces are give me the same vibe as the plain M&Ms. So
this isn't like the moon landing thing, is it?
No, it was.
Okay.
It was definitely filmed in a
Don't
studio
give away
somewhere in Hollywood.
Don't give away the mystery question.
By the way, you want to join the show today, 770-535-2911. And now it is time to get to the Red Zone.
3 questions, 3 hosts, only one chance to prove who has the brains behind the mic. It's the Red Zone Challenge.
Yeehaw! Right here. It's always right here.
Yeah, sure.
It's always right here.
All right, here we
I've
go.
never been wrong on any of these yet.
We're going to go kind of in the, since Walker's on the Google Meets here in front of us, we'll go kind of in the circle
I'm in my
here.
little box
Yeah,
here.
you're in your box today. So we're going to start, as you see it here, Caleb, Jeff, and Walker Tucker. All right, number 1. Who has the best shot at winning Region 8-3A, Jefferson, Oconee, or Monroe area? I do understand Monroe area does have a loss, but who has the best chance there, Caleb?
It is Jefferson to me. It is Jefferson because of the defense. That defense is the best unit. I haven't seen enough out of either Oconee County or Monroe area's offense to believe that they can be that kind of offense that can crack that Jefferson defense.
I'm going to say Jefferson also for the same reason. However, we said the exact same thing last year, and Oconee knocked them off in the end of the season to win the region title.
But
so
it was still Jefferson who took the region title, and that is what we're asking.
well, that is that. Yeah, but they yes, that is true on the tiebreaker. But I'll say Jefferson, but don't discount Ben Hall.
I think we're all forgetting about one team that plays a massive role in this still, and I know they have 2 losses, but Cherokee Bluff still has to play Jefferson, and the Bluff is better than what they're playing for. So for that reason, and my friends in Watkinsville are going to be very happy to hear me say this, I'm going to take Oconee County.
He's completely just gone to the other side.
Oconee is not a bad pick at all.
No, it's not. It's not.
Jefferson's
They're
offense
solid.
still
They
is a
really
little bit
good
of a
on both
struggle.
sides,
So,
yeah.
So the offense, even though as good as the defense is, the offense still has its times.
yeah.
Although C.J. Hayes is pretty daggum good. Okay, number 2. What did Gainesville's win over defending 5A champion Milton prove to the rest of the state?
I think it proved that Gainesville is capable of scaling up their level of play to meet these elite teams, because Gainesville's kind of been in that position as a program the last 3 years against the teams they are supposed to beat. 95% of the time, Gainesville just dominates. They roll. They look exactly like an elite team is supposed to look, but when they get in those games against those other elite teams, those other top 5 ranked teams, they struggled. They turned the ball over. They committed penalties. They lost the games. often by double digits. To me, Jeff, the fact that they went to Milton and controlled the game the way they did tells the rest of the elite teams, hey, Gainesville is not going to be that team that just automatically wilts when they play elite competition anymore.
Well, that's the second time I've seen Milton this year. I saw him in the opener of Buford. I've been on record saying that's the hardest hitting high school football game I have ever seen in my life. It was unbelievable. And in person, it was louder than what you probably imagined on TV. And Gainesville dominated that defense more than Buford did. I think it showed the state that they're a state title contender right now. If they play like that coming up against Roswell, and they're going to, probably from the second round on, you're going to see a Roswell Milton-like team all the way through.
Thomas County Central's really good.
Lee County,
Langston Hughes is really good.
It's a mini SEC, 5A, 6A, mini SEC playoff schedule. But I do think that this showed that they are a state title contender.
I think it showed the rest of Class 5A that defensive coordinators should be scared to go up against Big Red, and here's why. Kareem Hewley can throw the ball. He can run the ball. They've got a great running game. The offensive line dominated all night long. Defensive coordinators are going to be shaking in their boots coming up in November and December because this Gainesville offense is going to be very tough to stop.
If you can't get pressure consistently on Kareem Hewley, you're going to have a very hard time slowing that offense down.
Yeah, Gainesville picked the right time to get things right.
Yes.
And that against Milton to prove that. So, I feel like they are prove that they are a state title contender. Okay, secret question has to do with college football.
Oh, boy.
Okay,
right. So many ways this could go.
It's technically not a question, but it's kind of a couple words jumbled together.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? Fumble, timeout, clapping. Go.
Well, you asking me, was it a fumble? Are you asking me, did Kirby call timeout?
Fumble, timeout, or clapping?
Yes.
Yes, fumble. Yes, timeout, and yes, clapping.
Okay.
I do think I thought it was a fumble.
By the way, did you see the SEC short?
Yes.
That was
top
five.
I also think Kirby was trying to call timeout.
Yeah.
And he
gaslit
the referees into thinking he hadn't called the
Walker,
timeout.
what do you think?
Absolutely.
Here's where I'm going to go with this. Kurt Cignetti has not yet signed his contract at Indiana.
What?
He just agreed to terms. Read the press release closely. He has agreed to terms. Penn State is still going to make a phone call.
Okay, but the answer to the question
was that timeout clapping. What was that?
Not the question, but the words. Come on, Walker. What you got? Because I have
clapping.
a quick comment. Okay. All right. So, yes, I think it was a fumble, but you got to watch the whole play unfold to see that.
Yeah.
Yes, he was calling a timeout.
Yes.
He was not clapping. But what he was saying was the defense of Auburn was clapping. The broader picture, they were clapping on defense. But here's my thing on that whole dadgum series of events with a clapping timeout.
Jeez.
Kirby said it was lipping, I'm clapping, I'm clapping. He goes on to the film, and he's clapping, obviously. Who is in control of a football game, y'all? Who controls football?
The referees.
If Kirby took the timeout, the referee should have said, you took the timeout, you're taking it now.
Yeah.
So, anyway, it's just kind of a response
I like
to all
my
the
answer
social
better
media.
than your three combined.
There's the end of the quarter as we got more to come on the show. North Hall wide receiver Cole Cable, who was really excited apparently to be on the show today. And we're going to talk to him as he's helping North Hall on their undefeated season right now. That's coming up here next, along with our Dark Horse Dogs, as the Pick'em Show continues here next on WDUN.
There's no doubt a metal roof from Dawsonville Metal Products can improve your home's appearance, but you may not realize that it could also improve your bottom line. That's because metal roofing is more energy efficient than composite roofing, and it could also lower your insurance premiums. It's also maintenance-free and lighter than composite roofing. Find out more with a call to Jason Odom at Dawsonville Metal Products at 706-265-3099, and check them out on the web at DawsonvilleMetal.com.
Hi folks, Matt Hayes here from Hayes of Baldwin. If you're in the market for a new car, truck, or SUV, take a short drive and come see what North Georgia has to offer. We have 8 brands in one location, a great selection of pre-owned and manufacturer certified pre-owned vehicles. But that's not all. With 2 large service departments to take care of all your automotive needs, from maintenance, repairs, or just tires and checkups. Hayes offers friendly staff and excellent customer service. With over 50 years of a family-owned and operated business in North Georgia, come see what Hayes has to offer you. Hayes of Baldwin, just 3 miles north of Hall County on Highway 365.
In the poultry capital of the world, we know good chicken when we taste it. But who cooks it the best? It's Bill Main. Join me as we find out at the annual Chicken Festival. Come sample, compete in the wing eating contest, and stick around to see who wins Georgia's official chicken cook-off. It takes place this Saturday from 11 until 4:30 at Lake Lanier Olympic Park. So come on and chow down with North Georgia's News Talk.
WDUN Gainesville, WDUN FM Clarksville, Gainesville. Always here, always local.
It's 6:30.
Fox News, I'm Tom Graham. Ex-Trump National Security Advisor John Bolton has been charged with illegally storing and transmitting classified information. Fox's David Spunt says his lawyers weighed in.
Though his own attorney admits that he did have classified documents, said they were cleared for a book that he published. Now, Bolton facing charges of not only keeping the top secret classified info, but sharing it with family members.
Bolton served in President Trump's first administration before being fired and emerging as a vocal critic. Well, President Trump intends to meet with Russian leader Vladimir Putin in a matter of weeks as he continues to push for a ceasefire in Ukraine.
I'm doing it also to help Europe. They want to have it ended, but they're unable to do it. I'm able to do it. So I think we'll be successful.
The president is speaking with Putin via phone today. America's listening to Fox News.
Always here, always local.
WDUN. From the Access WDUN Hardy Chevrolet Newsroom, I'm Hamilton Keener. It's been a dry fall season so far in Georgia, and drought conditions are continuing to worsen. The U.S. Drought Monitor released its updated conditions Thursday morning, now showing all of Barrow, Gwinnett, and Jackson counties, along with the southern portions of Hall, Forsyth, and Banks counties under moderate drought status. Most of the rest of the region is listed under abnormally dry status. The only parts of the region not under any drought conditions are Rabun, Towns, and Union counties. The city of Gainesville will have planned water outages for some residents this weekend. WDUN's William Daughtry reports.
The city of Gainesville has announced scheduled intermittent outages due to the work to complete the Riverside Water Treatment Plant improvement projects. The work is scheduled to last from 9 p.m. on Friday until 7 a.m. on Saturday for the Blue Ridge Drive and Riverside Drive areas off of Thompson Bridge Road. A map of the impacted area and contact information for the Department of Water Resources is at Access WDUN.
And more college degrees are going out to Georgia students than ever before. The University System of Georgia reports more than 82,000 students earned degrees in fiscal year 2025. That's a jump of close to 8% year to year. The number of degrees given out over the last decade rose 50% according to the system. There's more news at Access WDUN. And now here's the Access WDUN forecast.
Good Thursday afternoon, North Georgia. Sunny skies, an abundance of brightness. Mid to upper 70s this afternoon. No worries because we keep things clear right on through the evening and overnight. Low 50s by Friday morning. From the Access WDUN Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Holly Strano.
It's 78 degrees in Arcade, 80 degrees in Ellijay, and 78 degrees in Gainesville. From North Georgia's News Talk, AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN.
Running a business takes courage. Protecting it takes experience. For over 45 years, Bagwell Insurance has helped business owners with dependable coverage and service that goes beyond the policy. Competitive pricing is just the start. You deserve a partner who's there when it counts. Give us the honor of partnering with you. Visit us online at bagwellinc.com. Bagwell Insurance Group, redefining protection.
Have you ever noticed how easy it is to make faith a Sunday thing? You go to church, you check a box, and then you slip back into regular life by Monday morning. Now, many have tried that, but spoiler alert, it just doesn't work. Jesus never invited people to a one-day-a-week kind of faith. He called people into a whole new way of living. He even said, "I have come that they may have life and have it in abundance." For me, that hits hardest on Mondays. I used to roll out of bed dreading the week ahead. already counting the days until Friday. But faith gave me a new anchor. Monday stopped being the enemy of the weekend and began feeling like another chance to live life with purpose. Faith isn't just for Sundays, it's for the everyday grind too. So here's the question. Where will you let Jesus show up in your ordinary this week? My name is Jamie Prickett, and I'm the pastor of Gainesville First United Methodist Church. To learn more about us, visit gfumc.com. And I invite you to join us as we build bridges to Jesus in our community.
It's a look at what to expect from this week's Friday game night. It's the Pick'em Show, presented by M&R Equipment Rental and Sales with Bo, Caleb, Jeff, and Walker on AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN, and on YouTube at Access WDUN Sports.
If only you could have been here with us for this conversation during the break, Walker. Penn State coaching hires.
All right, here we go. Nobody looking at their computers. $20 to any of you taking the COVID year out of it, the last time that Indiana had a winning record prior to Curt Cignetti coming in.
What?
1873.
Winning record? I'm going to go.
Winning record prior to
18.
Take the COVID year out of it.
1873.
Prior to what?
Prior to Curt Cignetti getting there in 2024. I'm going to
prior
go
05.
I was going to go 2013.
I'm going to say
that's
it
a
again.
random number. I'm going to say 2013.
1873.
2007. Since then, outside of the COVID year, 0 winning records, 2 bowl appearances before Cignetti comes in. Since Cignetti, 17-2.
Indiana's trying to keep him.
They're trying.
They're trying.
8-year, 90-something mil. Yeah, so that's an interesting follow right there. Hey, let's get back to high school football, and let's welcome in North Hall wide receiver Cole Cable to the show. Cole, welcome to the show, man. You guys go to GAC last week. Get out of there with a win. Talk a little bit about the team's play last week.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. Well, I mean, it was a big week for us. We knew if we wanted our goal of reaching championship, we had to go in there, play hard. We had to win. GAC has a really fundamental team and a really good team, but our preparation all week was great. We had great practices. Even throughout the fall break week, it was a weird week. We came in morning practices, but practices were great all week, and we got the job done.
Cole, you've there was a lot of hype coming in. Not hype, but you were projected to be one of probably the premier players in the area coming into this season. But you also drew a lot of attention early on in the season, and Ty Kemp and some of the other guys stepped up. And now, since teams are having to like double Ty and maybe Dawson, and that's opened you back up again. You guys have so many explosive options on offense. It's really scary.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, with me getting a lot of attention early in the year, a lot of people stepped up. As you said, Ty, and a lot of our running backs, and Dawson Gray stepped up in a big role this year. But now that they can't only key on me, it's opening up a lot more now. And now people's having to guard more than just me, and no team's been able to stop it yet.
So if you're a defensive coordinator, who do you stop first? You, Ty, Dawson, Gray, Parker, Carlton? Who gets the main focus if you're the defensive coordinator?
Oh, man. I mean, I'm not really going to say anyone because
don't give away the secret.
I know anyone can have a breakout night, any night. Honestly, I mean,
Cole,
I can go for 150. Ty can go for 150.
Yeah.
Hart can rush for 150. Justin can run for 150. Tomlin can rush for 150. I mean, it's really hard to stop us.
Cole, and you guys have put up numbers in such bunches this year, and at times you guys make it look really easy. Does it feel easy sometimes? Because, boy, sometimes it looks easy out there for this offense.
Well, most of the time it does look easy, but, I mean, all the offensive coaches, they put in a great game plan. They executed really well. And for us not playing both ways, it really limits the defense for how much they can do when they play both ways. And the fast pace that we go really keeps them on their heels. And you've seen we've scored before half with 30 seconds left on a 75-yard drive, which is really great.
Yeah, that was insane. That was insane.
Yeah, Cole, talk about just the mindset change that Coach Pender has brought to North Hall. I mean, I know you've been there now his entire time he's been there. So what have you seen as the biggest difference that Coach Pender's brought to the Brickyard and North Hall as a whole?
To be honest, since I haven't been at North Hall my whole life, I went to Chesty, transferred to North Hall freshman year. But I really noticed how Pender, they said that he changed the culture here. I mean, he brought in a new slogan. He said, "In the North we eat, F-Rad, true toughness." But he doesn't slack at all. And he expects the best from all of his players, all of his staff. And I believe that's how we're going to be great.
Cole, I wanted to ask you one more thing because you brought up the game planning that your coaches do, and they do, man. I mean, I've watched y'all play a couple times, and it's kind of amazing to me how many times a guy just pops just wide open. You've done it. Ty Kemp's done it. Really, I think at this point, everybody in the offense has done it. Have you found yourself on some plays waiting for the ball to get to you and going, man, I cannot believe how wide open I am right now?
Oh, for sure. I mean, we put in a lot of double moves and mismatches that we liked all through the week. I mean, we watched film, and we put mismatches. We put just misdirecting the defense in a lot of ways, which, I mean, when you have weapons like us, it's hard to guard everyone.
Cole, talk about the chemistry that the receivers have with Alex Schliemann, your quarterback, who is the state passing leader in Class 3A.
Man, we have a lot of chemistry. I mean, we've been throwing together since, I mean, we throw all out the summer. We put in extra work outside of practice, and he's really just delivered this year. And taking over that quarterback spot, he's really done a great job of just staying focused and staying locked in throughout practice and games. And he's really just delivered on a high level this year. And that's getting him a lot of attention from colleges and everything like that.
Here's what I've seen, Cole. East Hall scored 49, and they still lost. Can anybody outscore y'all?
I don't believe so. I mean, I feel like that was just a really crazy game. I feel like if we went out and played them again, it would be a little different. But, I mean, East Hall's they have a high-power offense too, so I give props to them.
Yeah, what was it like playing football at 2 a.m.? Because I don't think any of us have ever done that.
It felt weird. I mean, I feel like we were all hyped coming out, but deep down, some of us we were pretty tired. But it was a really fun game, and especially coming out with a W. It would have felt bad if we had that drive at 2 a.m. with a loss.
All right, Cole, you mentioned Chestatee a while ago. We have a text in question for you. How much of an influence was Coach Shirley on you in your career?
And he's a great person. He coached my sister for forever, honestly, and he's just been a great dude to me and my family and my sister. And
gee, I wonder who texted that into it.
I was about to say, I think I know who texted
that
texture
one. That was none other than. So, yeah. So
he's always trying to get in on this
he's
show
he's
somehow.
always getting. So I thought had that. But before we let you go, I gotta ask you your favorite Halloween candy.
That's a great question. I like chocolate, so I'm probably going to go to Reese's or Twix.
Oh, well, there's your Twix answer from earlier.
Part of our discussion was candy corn. So, what's your opinion on candy corn?
I'm not a big fan of candy corn. I don't really like it.
What about candy corn with peanuts? That came up earlier. Have you tried that?
I've never tried that.
Try it. Get back to me because you'll like it.
I will.
You'll like it. Walker, you got something?
We got to wrap it back up with some football. Ole Miss or Georgia?
I'm not a fan of either team, but
whoa, what? Okay,
I'm gonna take Georgia in this matchup.
Hey, you got one. Go ahead,
team
Walker.
What team's your team?
I'm a Tennessee fan.
Okay, so I think I know where this one was going. Tennessee or at Alabama?
I'm gonna take my team, Tennessee.
What was the last year Tennessee beat Alabama, Cole? Just out of curiosity.
No, that was.
There it is. It was last year. Yeah, it was last year.
I I thought it
Before
was
that.
a couple years ago.
Yeah, I thought they had like a 10-year win streak on them.
That's
okay.
That's when you stopped paying attention to college football.
All right,
Jeff.
Cole.
Pretty much.
Hey, I know you got a big game tomorrow against Lumpkin County, so thanks for taking some time with us, and good luck tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Cole Cable, North Hall, wide receiver, second leading receiver on the team, and some people would say he's the top target on the team.
They've got two guys that are like in the top 30 in the state, and if they had one guy like Rabin did all those years ago, they'd probably be leading the state in receiving right now.
Well, when we talk about this game, guys, does Lumpkin have a shot here? We can say they have a shot. You've got Nolan Matthews. We say he's going to get his. I think the biggest key is, can Lumpkin get the passing game going? Walker?
Well, and with Martin Holsey on the outside and the way that Mason Hester has been tossing the rock around, I think that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to try and stretch the defense to allow for some openings for Nolan Matthews in the front seven. You know that they're going to North Hall's going to sell out trying to stop Nolan Matthews. So you're going to have to take advantage of one-on-ones on the outside, Caleb. And if they're able to do that, I think Lumpkin can make this one really interesting.
I think they can make it interesting. It's just so hard to keep this North Hall offense down for very long at all. It's certainly going to be hard to keep them down for 4 quarters. I will say, if Lumpkin County were to get out to a lead, maybe at some point find themselves with the lead and the ball, they could maybe put North Hall in a bit of a bind, because Lumpkin can lean on its running game. The problem, Jeff, nobody has been able to get in that position against North Hall because the Trojans just score so quickly.
Look, I got the perfect stat of the show, which is the next segment, so I'm not going to spoil it here, but I do think Lumpkin has a shot. They're going to have to control this game through their offense. I mean, sometimes your best defense is a good offense, and they're going to have to just shorten the game and control it. And I think they can. I think they have some mismatches on the outside of receiver that they can take advantage of. So the question is, can they execute and spread it out to give Nolan Matthews some holes and hold on to the ball? That's going to be the key.
Nolan Matthews was our specialist in the magazine, right? On the All Access team.
Yes.
Come down to special teams, because North Hall's special teams was not good last week against GAC, especially the kickoff. More to come on the show. Dark Horse Dogs coming up here next as the Pick'em Show continues on WDUN.
On the Friday edition of the Martha Zoller Show, Shondell Summer will be here. We'll be talking about Israel, and we'll talk to former Representative Nan Hayworth. Join us at 9 on North Georgia's News Talk, WDUN.
David, I can't believe you just called that nice man an egghead.
Are you kidding? That's the biggest compliment I could give him. Any green egg user loves to be known as an egghead.
Then Autry's Ace is the place for eggheads.
Absolutely. Eggheads love our great selection of Big Green Eggs, tables, and accessories. The Big Green Egg is the highest quality, most versatile, and simplest to use ceramic smoker you'll ever own.
Sounds like it's time to get egging.
Come by Autry's Ace Hardware today, Thompson Bridge Road in Gainesville, your hometown hardware store.
There's nothing like cool, crisp air of fall in North Georgia after a hot, humid summer. Conditioned Air Systems is here to get your HVAC system ready for the changing seasons. With regular maintenance that saves you money on your energy bill, and look no further for quick, reliable plumbing repairs or installation services. Conditioned Air Systems has been a trusted name in Northeast Georgia for over 45 years. Call us today at 1-800-AC-REPAIR.
It's bad enough you get wet when your roof leaks, so don't get soaked when it comes to getting it repaired. This is Chris Earls at Georgia Select Roofing, where we have outstanding Google reviews and an A+ BBB rating, because we know roofing and customer service. If it's a new roof, a roof repair, or gutters and downspouts, estimates are free and we offer financing. See us online at GeorgiaSelectRoofing.com or call me at 678-316-6899. At Georgia Select Roofing, we have you covered.
I'm Frank Norton with the Norton Agency. One thing I've learned in my 42 years in the real estate business is that Americans are not comfortable with haggling and negotiations. We're by and large not a bartering society, but we at Norton do that every day. Our professional advocates' #1 priority is to get the buyer or seller the best price. You need Norton now more than ever. Call us at 770-532-0022 or look for us on the web at gonorton.com. Our family serving North Georgia for 4 generations.
Celebrate Georgia Tech's homecoming at the Haluva Block Party, driven by Hyundai, with platinum country artist Dasha, live in concert on North Avenue in Midtown Atlanta, Saturday, October 25th. All festivities and the concert at the Haluva Block Party, driven by Hyundai, are free and start 4 hours prior to kickoff. Following the concert, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets take on the Syracuse Orange at Bobby Dodd Stadium, presented by Invesco QQQ. For tickets and more information, visit RamblinRec.com. That's RamblinRec.com.
Always here, always local.
From the Access WDUN Hardy Chevrolet Newsroom, drought conditions are worsening in Georgia as the fall season continues to be a dry one. Details at Access WDUN and coming up on North Georgia's News Talk.
When it comes to football, they're the smartest guys in the room. As long as they're the only guys in the room. It's the Pick'em Show, presented by M&R Equipment Rental and Sales on AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN. And on YouTube at Access WDUN Sports.
I don't like how you look at me when it's time to go. It's like you're just...
I'm waiting to see what you do.
Like you're just staring at me.
Well, I also need to make sure that you're ready to go.
I'm ready.
Because if you don't talk, somebody has to.
I mean, Caleb just looking at me like, are you ready? It's kind of like we look at Jeff when we get to the rapid fire picks and the setup there. Yeah.
What?
Thanks to Cole Cable, Northern wide receiver, joining the show last segment with us. And now it is time for us to get to the dogs.
The underdogs are barking. Can they cover? Will they push, or will they pull off the upset? One bold pick could flip the standings. Let's find out who has the guts to ride with the dark horse dogs.
Well, Caleb, congratulations. You were the only one who won their dark horse dog last week.
I left him something in the document here.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, we saw that. Yeah, we saw that one.
Well played, Bo. Well played. Well,
everybody else lost, so here's a look at the standings. I'm still out in front with 35. Caleb jumps from, I believe, last place to second place at 25 points.
Nice.
Bo at 23. And Jeff with his 2-point deduction sits at 17 points. Remember, you got deducted last week. I said
I appealed the commissioner. I haven't heard the
I
final.
am the commissioner.
Yeah, but I haven't heard your final ruling on that.
It was
yet.
denied.
I think
I
you
did
just
not.
did.
You just heard. You got 2 points
I
taken
did.
away.
Well, wait a second. I didn't get called into
Walker.
I didn't get called into the office. I didn't get to plead my case at all.
Walker, can we, before we get to this week's picks, can we recount last week's picks? Because I may or may not have forgotten what I picked last week.
Same here.
Well, now you're asking me to pull up.
Sorry.
You only picked 5,
I
right?
got it. It's really quick. So, Caleb, you picked Gainesville. They were touchdown dogs at Milton. Bo, you had Kings Academy at Lakeview. That was a Thursday night game. I had East Hall to try and cover 42 points against Jefferson. That didn't work.
Wow.
And then, Jeff, you had Chestatee plus 14 at Pickens. And, of course, Pickens scored late to down you there. So, as a reminder, 2 points for a cover, 1 point for a push, 0 points for a loss. Win, you get the spread. The order rolled 9 times this week. We got to just trust Bo since we rolled it. It's Bo first, and myself.
Yeah, well, you know.
Am I the only person to ever be deducted points in the dark horse dog? Since
You set a precedent.
You are nothing
You
if
shouldn't
not.
have argued with the commissioner.
Well, Jeff,
for 7 weeks in a row.
Jeff, you are nothing if not unprecedented.
Yes.
Thank you. That's all I've ever wanted to be.
Hey, since I get to go first.
Hey.
And by the way, I rolled this before I even knew what the dogs were. So,
That's
anyway.
true. You did.
All right. So, give me the Tigers plus 7.
That's the Dawson County Tigers, by the way. They host Chestatee this week. As Bo said, they are touchdown underdogs. I get to go next, don't I?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You know what?
What?
I had one earlier, and I'm going to take them. Again, I'm in the lead, so I have a little bit of space that I can work with. Give me Providence Christian plus 4. I think the Storm beat the Leopards at home this week.
Bo, by the way, is the king of telling the radio and YouTube audience what his pick is without actually telling them what his pick is.
Yeah.
He just says the mascot of the team he's picking. He doesn't tell you who they're playing, how many points they're an underdog by.
One day it's going to work for me.
Yeah. So I'm going to go to my pick here. I don't think this team is going to win, but I do think they're going to cover, and I'm going to take my couple of points here because I've not been having a good season overall with dark horse dogs until last week.
Oh, stop. You're in second.
Winder Barrow plus 33 at home against Jackson County. Is that number right? Am I reading that number correctly?
That is correct.
Winder Barrow,
correct.
Jackson County's a 33-point favorite.
Wow.
Winder Barrow plus 33. Maybe it'll bite me, but I feel like that's a pretty good one to take.
Man, there's some hard ones here. Like, normally Walnut Grove plus 14 at Flowery Branch, I would not have touched that. But after last week, I'm not really sure now. I think the Lumpkin North Hall game is going to be close, and the Indians are plus 16 on that. And just when I think that, North Hall is going to go, they're going to go off for 70. So, man, y'all did not leave me any good choices here whatsoever.
You've also got Nofo tonight, 17-point underdogs at home against West Forsyth. Nofo,
they did knock
a
off
defensive ball club.
Yeah, they did knock off. Yeah, but I don't know. The first one I did look at, though, was that Nofo game at plus 17 against West Forsyth. Give me that.
He didn't follow the rule, Walker.
What was the rule?
He didn't follow the rule. Don't start a land war in Russia. Don't pick spreads on games in Forsyth County.
Oh, no.
That's a good
point.
By the way,
I forgot the rule.
I skipped that day. I wasn't there. Oh.
A couple of interesting lines, I thought, when going through it. Coahulla Creek and Union County, a pick'em. Union not playing well. Coahulla Creek right in the playoff mix. So that's interesting. And then how about this one? Commerce, winless, hosts Oglethorpe County, who just knocked off Rabun County. It's a pick'em.
That's because it's not at Oglethorpe County.
While we've got just a couple of minutes here, though, let's talk about that Jackson County Winder Barrow game just a little bit.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one to me, Jeff, because Jackson County, if they win this game, it sets up a matchup at home for them for the region title with Habersham Central, but they got to go to Winder. And the Double G Bulldogs have MJ Dowdy. And I know Jackson County's looked really good, but you can't slip up this week or otherwise the whole thing gets thrown into disarray in 8-5A.
Listen, that's one of the games to watch that we had on an Access WDUN that I put together that it's a very intriguing game because, he's going to probably they played 8 games. He's had 8 100-yard games. He's going to get his yards. Mm-hmm. So the question is he going to pop some runs, and if they get the lead, is that going to change how Jackson County does? But I tell you, the Jackson County defense, really, really good. Really, really good.
The other one that I find really interesting, guys, and we'll talk a lot about it later with our guest picker, East Jackson plus 9 at Hart County in a pretty much a playoff automatic qualifier eliminator. I think the loser of this one has no chance of getting an AQ. I think they both get in because so many private school teams in AA, but one of these teams is going to be on the outside looking in with the automatic bids after tomorrow night.
I think so. And, and I mentioned the North Hall Lumpkin game, and that's actually the reason 16 is interesting, and it ties in with my stat of the show.
Well,
now here's some things you need to know. It's Jeff Hart's interesting stat of the show.
It's nice to have the theme song back.
You've been proud of this stat of the show, too. You came walking in today, and you were talking to me about, guys, I feel like I've got a really good stat. Was he doing the same to you?
He's been strutting around with like a little bit. Yeah, he's been strutting around. He's been real happy about
this. He's mentioned it already in the show. I mean, that's the thing.
Let's get to the stat of the show.
Let's get to the stat of the show.
So the stat of the show is
And as that's the end of the first segment and the second quarter.
What?
We have got to roll here. More coming up next here on the show as a Pick'em show. Rolls on WDUN.
Need a dumpster fast? Need a mobile storage unit or office for your job site? American has you covered. From small home cleanouts to large commercial jobs to industrial waste management, American offers roll-off dumpsters in all sizes. They also offer recycling dumpsters that can actually pay you money. American is committed to providing unmatched customer service at a competitive price with same-day service for most deliveries and pickups. American, let us show you service. Call 678-696-5131 or visit ameri-canga.net.
Fall is planting time in North Georgia. This is Julie from Full Bloom Nursery, and now is the perfect time to plant pansies, perennials, shrubs, and trees. Planting in the fall gives your new plants time to become established without the stress of heat and dry weather. We've got over 4 acres of plants for you to choose from, so come see us for all your fall projects. Our knowledgeable staff will help you pick out the right plant for the right spot. Be sure to like us on Facebook and visit us on the web at fullbloomnursery.com.
WDUN Gainesville, WDUN FM Clarksville, Gainesville. Always here, always local.
It's 7 o'clock.
Accused of sharing classified information. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. John Bolton, who served as National Security Advisor during the first Trump administration and has since become a harsh critic of the president, faces 18 counts of mishandling classified information.
Bolton charged not only with keeping top secret classified information, but sharing it with family members. The Justice Department says Bolton sent diary-like entries about his workdays at the White House and shared information classified up to the top secret SCI level, the highest level, and share them on messaging apps and personal AOL and Google email accounts.
Fox's David Spunt, Bolton's lawyer, Abby Lowell, said in a statement saying the underlying facts in this case were investigated and resolved years ago. And he says we look forward to proving once again that Ambassador Bolton did not unlawfully share or store any information. President Trump was asked about the indictment, calling Bolton a bad guy.
Too bad, but that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes, right?
In a statement, Bolton said, in part, I have become the latest target in weaponizing the Justice Department to charge those that he deems to be his enemies. The president with a warning to Hamas that the U.S. will have no choice but to kill them if it continues to kill Palestinians in Gaza. The president posting on Truth Social coming after the president told Hamas to disarm or be disarmed. Today, Hamas said it's committed to the terms of the ceasefire, but said the return of the remains of some hostages may be delayed because they are in tunnels that they say were destroyed by Israel. He was a founding member and lead guitarist of Kiss with the persona The Spaceman. Ace Frehley has died after suffering from injuries from a fall last month. His family issuing a statement, reading in part, "We're completely devastated and heartbroken. In his last moments, we were fortunate enough to surround him with loving, caring, and peaceful moments." America's listening to Fox News.
Always here, always local.
WDUN. From the Access WDUN Hardy Chevrolet Newsroom, I'm Hamilton Keener. A fundraiser has been started for the family of the victims of Monday's deadly crash on I-85 in Jackson County. WDUN's Caleb Hutchins reports.
8 people were killed Monday afternoon when their van was rear-ended by a tractor-trailer on 85 northbound near Commerce. Tony Alvarenga, who says the victims were his family members, has since set up a GoFundMe to try to cover funeral expenses for the family. You can find a link to the GoFundMe at Access WDUN. The driver of the truck that caused the collision has been arrested on a list of charges, including multiple counts of second-degree homicide by vehicle.
Former Hall County standout athlete and NFL player Connor Shaw has recovered after collapsing from sudden cardiac arrest last month in South Carolina. The former Flowery Branch High School and University of South Carolina quarterback posted a video this week thanking the first responders who saved his life, pointing out that less than 10% of people who suffer sudden cardiac arrest outside of a hospital survive.
And I feel convicted to do something about it, to help people be prepared to save a life. And that's why I'm launching the Heart Huddle, which is a mission to purchase and place AEDs in areas of need at rec department fields and middle school fields across communities in South Carolina.
Shaw said the initiative will kick off later this year at the South Carolina-Clemson football game in late November. Gwinnett County's law enforcement will make it easier for residents to remove and dispose of unwanted or expired drugs from their homes. WDUN Steve Winslow reports.
Gwinnett's police headquarters in each precinct will now have Narcex medication disposal receptacles in the main entrance lobbies. Residents can dispose of expired or unwanted pills, tablets, and capsules into the receptacles during normal weekday business hours at their local stations. A release from Gwinnett Police says the receptacles are to help the community to avoid accidental misuse of the drugs and to prevent environmental contamination from improper disposals.
And if you are looking for a job, a recent list ranks which large company might be the best fit for you. A recent Forbes list of the top employers to work for in the state of Georgia ranks Delta Airlines as the #1 place to work. Apple was #2, and Lockheed Martin, Salesforce, and General Motors rounds out the top 5. There's more news at Access WDUN. And now here's the Access WDUN forecast.
Well, North Georgia for the rest of the night, we've got partly to mostly cloudy skies. Can't rule out a stray shower or thunderstorm, low 60s by early Thursday. Speaking of Thursday, much cooler. From the Access WDUN Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Holly Strano.
It's 69 degrees in Hiawassee, 74 degrees in Suwanee, and 72 degrees in Gainesville. From North Georgia's News Talk, AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN.
There's nothing like cool, crisp air of fall in North Georgia after a hot, humid summer. Conditioned Air Systems is here to get your HVAC system ready for the changing seasons. With regular maintenance that saves you money on your energy bill, and look no further for quick, reliable plumbing repairs or installation services. Conditioned Air Systems has been a trusted name in Northeast Georgia for over 45 years. Call us today at 1-800-AC-REPAIR.
Medicare annual enrollment is underway, now through December 7th, which means it's time to visit the CHI agency in Gainesville and Cleveland. There's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to Medicare. Myself, Chelsea Hogan, and Laura Chastain have teamed up to make sure you get the right Medicare coverage that's right for you. To find out more and set up your appointment, visit thechiagency.com. That's thechiagency.com. Or come see us behind Burger King in Cleveland or in the Rubicon Building in Gainesville.
Great Chevy vehicles and excellent customer service. Those were the cornerstones that Charles and Jeanette Hardy built Hardy Chevrolet on in 1982, and that hasn't changed. This is Mike Cormier inviting you to Hardy Chevrolet. Come see how enjoyable car shopping can be. From our sales team to our service department, we're all about customer service. Like Charles Hardy always said, we love you and we need you. Together, let's drive. At Hardy Chevrolet, Browns Bridge Road in Gainesville, online at hardychevrolet.com.
The marching band has cleared the field, and it's time for the second half of the Pick'em Show, presented by M&R Equipment Rental and Sales. Fresh from getting chewed out by the coach and taking their seats in the Northeast Georgia Health System studio, it's Bo, Caleb, Jeff, and Walker on AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN, and on YouTube at Access WDUN Sports. Always here, always local.
Got to give you a round of applause, Caleb and Walker, for the stretch there at the end of that last segment on the start of the show. And a round of applause, double time, for Brian Perkle hitting the horn just right on Jeff Hart.
Did I get the shot off in time?
No, you didn't.
I did not.
No, you almost got it off, and then it was swatted away.
That was some tough defense right there. I could not get open.
The reason we knew that was going to work is because, much like Greg Cody from the Dan Le Batard Show, we know that even though Jeff, of all three of us, has the best line of sight from him to the clock, the clock's, for those of you watching.
Clock over there?
Yeah, for those of you watching on the stream, there's a clock right under where the camera is located, and me and Jeff are looking right at it, but I also knew there's no way Jeff's looking at the camera.
Why would you make that assumption?
That's just years of working with you.
Oh, is that a good thing? Or
What'd you say? What'd you say, Walker?
Did he look at the clock?
No, no, I do not believe so.
I'm gonna
look exactly.
I will have to full disclosure. I didn't know we had a clock.
Yeah, and we all believe that. We all actually believe that. By the way, hey, I know you like Caleb said, you've been bragging about the stat of the show, so.
First of all, I did not brag. I did not strut. So I knew something was up because I did not do that.
Let's do it properly. Let's key up the jingle, and we'll do it properly.
Here's some things you need to know. It's Jeff Hart's interesting stat of the show.
No. I feel better now. So, we were talking about the Lumpkin North Hall game. Incredible stat that I didn't really know until I talked to Pender during the week. They played how many games? 7? 5 punts. 5.
That's disgusting.
5. That's it. So let's go to Lumpkin County. If you can make North Hall punt once,
or heaven forbid twice,
and you take advantage of your possessions, you have a shot. So how about that? There's the key to North Hall the rest of the year. If you can get them to punt once, you maybe have a chance.
Well, listen, here, Bo, it's what I talked about earlier, and you might be a good person to bring this up too, because you've seen Jefferson and you've called Jefferson and North Hall both this year multiple times each, as a matter of fact, I think. The point I brought up with the Jefferson defense and the reason why the Jefferson offense was a bit concerning to me is because we all know the way this stuff works. The Jefferson defense is impenetrable. But it's impenetrable until all of a sudden it's not. And then when it's not, then what do? Do you have enough on the other side of the ball to carry you? The question for North Hall is and I don't know if it'll be Lumpkin County this week, but if they want to make a state championship run, you probably run into it at some point. What do the Trojans have enough on the defensive side of the ball when and if they run up against that team that all of a sudden can slow that offense down even a little bit? Even let's say hold them to less than 35. That feels like it would be a mammoth task with what this offense does.
Yeah, almost averaging 50 points a game, right?
Yeah.
If not at 50.
Well, 47 leads Class 3A.
Sixth overall in the entire state across classifications.
I feel like once that secondary of North Halls gets completely healthy, it's going to be pretty good. It's already, good. I think the answer to your question, or my answer to that question, is I believe their offense is just that good that it's going to be a game where if your defense does have some breakdowns, the weapons that North Hall has on that side of the ball is absolutely insane.
It is.
And I said it last week. I want to see North Hall play Jefferson's defense because I really think North Hall's passing game will stress that secondary.
I do too.
A lot. Chance Payne, you're going to throw away from him though against Jefferson because he's really good.
Yeah.
But and then when it's not working, you've got Justin Allen, Wyatt Tumlin, who's back in the lineup, Parker Carlton, Adams. I mean, you've got Smith McGarvey. You've got all five of those that can run the ball. So the weapons that they have, I don't know if there's a defense out there. There probably is a defense that's going to slow them.
Right.
But I believe their offense helps their defense out tremendously.
Smith McGarvey is like another tight end out there. He's a big kid, but he can. I mean, he's like the Swiss Army knife. I mean, he is a quarterback.
He's key
so
on the
you
jet
know
pop pass.
He could throw the ball 25 times if he had to, but he's hard to bring down when he runs. He can catch the ball. He's a big target out in the passing game. He's like a massive secret weapon that can just do a lot.
Well, the biggest key last week was Parker was back in the lineup in the backfield. 100% healthy. Now, they've kind of kept him on the defensive side of the ball because he wasn't fully healthy, but he was back. He showed up 170 yards, I think is what he ended the game with. But, again, when you can line up and you can put Parker in the backfield, Wyatt in the backfield, Adams in the backfield, you've got so many weapons. And then, oh, by the way, you've got Ty Kemp, Cole Cable, Dawson Gray, who has turned into a fantastic tight end and a big target to throw to. So the weapons are there.
There's one element of this that we haven't talked about, and Walker, we heard Sean Pender kind of broke it to us on the Hardy Chevrolet scoreboard show last week, which is the injury to Mason McGill on the offensive line. And how big is that going to be for them going forward? He is probably, or I would say probably, the best offensive lineman that they have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, on that unit. So
he's going to Charlotte, so he's a D1 prospect.
Projected to be back second week of the playoffs, right, Jeff?
First or second. Okay. I did talk to Mason. I don't know if the North Hall people want this out, but it's out there. Everybody knows he's hurt, and it's not as bad as we all thought it was going to be, but he's probably going to be first round, second round.
But still a huge hole Walker missing in that.
And what I wanted to say, Walker, is, an offense that operates like North Hall's is a well-oiled machine. You never know which cog, if you take out, would disrupt the whole thing. I don't know if one offensive lineman is that for North Hall, but that's a key piece that's out.
I mean, when you're talking about can Lumpkin force one punt, maybe two punts, not having Mason McGill as the glue to that offensive line can really mess things up, and that can allow the front seven of Lumpkin County to put pressure on Alex Schliemann, which he hasn't had much of this year. Can allow them to slow down a Wyatt Tumlin, a Parker Carlton. So I think that the Mason McGill injury is bigger than what we're really taking on, but I don't even think that's the biggest key in this game. I think the biggest key in this game is, can North Hall slow down Nolan Matthews. Nolan Matthews has shown against everybody they've played this year, that Lumpkin County's played, that he's going to get 150, 200 yards. Yes, he only had 70-something against Johnson last week, but he only played 2 plays. He scored 2 touchdowns and then didn't have to play again. So does North Hall have a way to slow down Nolan Matthews? And if they do, can they also stop a passing game when you've got 2 wide receivers 6'4" or taller on the outside, Jeff, that can take the top off of a defense and allow for Nolan Matthews to have some running room?
Well, when I went out to North Hall's practice this week, me and Bo talked a little bit, and, he wanted me to ask specifically about the special teams because that has been an issue for North Hall. And Nolan Matthews was our specialist, our all-access first-team specialist, return guy. He can beat you running, passing, in the special teams. That's going to be a big factor. And I did ask him about it, and and Pender just said, look, we're talking about really 2 plays. He goes, that's really all it was. He goes, but yes, we have to shore that up, and I think they know what they've got over there. I don't, if they have to punt, they're probably going to kick off several times. I don't see them kicking the ball anywhere near Nolan Matthews.
I wanted to talk about some other games and stuff, but I just realized when we came into this show, you asked us, what were your biggest surprise from week 1? We rattled off how many games, guys? I mean, we talked about Raven Oglethorpe.
6 upsets by my count last week.
One that we didn't even talk about.
Okay.
North Forsyth beating North Atlanta.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And they're playing tonight against West Forsyth in the Leatherhead. They still call it the Leatherhead game?
I think so. They give some type of,
yeah.
But
leather helmet.
Yeah. So North Forsyth's playing West Forsyth tonight, but did anybody see North Forsyth over North Atlanta coming last week?
No.
That one came out of left field to me.
It did come out of left field, but it proved what North Forsyth can do if they put everything together, like not fumbling, turnovers.
Right. Yeah, that's been a huge problem.
Well, and that's been a huge problem for them, and that's what has given them the losses that they have because they have made those mistakes. They've let in games, and then they've let it go and lose those games. So last week they were able to hold on to it. They were up, 10-0, I think, at halftime.
Something like that.
They
were up 10-0 late third quarter.
Yes, so they didn't score any more in the game after halftime, and then North Atlanta put 1 touchdown on the board, and they held on, which is that to me is a bigger win than the win of the game is to be able to hold on, and win that game 10-7.
Well, so the question is, can they beat West? Because defending region champs, they've kind of been.
They've done it before.
They have.
They've pulled that upset before in this rivalry.
I like the low-scoring game, though. I really like your dark horse dog, Jeff. I think this game is low-scoring.
I do too.
Well, let's get out of here. We got more to talk to next break. We can continue talking. I think we probably could get into some of that other stuff as we got noises. The show will continue.
That's payback for us being mean to Jeff earlier.
More high school football talk. Coming up here next as the Pick'em Show continues on WDUM.
Keeping you up to date with the latest news and weather. It's what we do every day.
It's the news I trust.
North Georgia's News Talk. AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN. Always here, always local.
At M&R Rental and Equipment, we're not just about renting out top-notch tools and machinery. We're also your trusted partner for all your equipment maintenance needs. From small power tools to large heavy-duty machinery, our team of certified professionals are trained to keep them in peak condition. And with our affordable maintenance packages, you can focus on what you do best, creating, building, and achieving. Visit mnrrental.com for more information. M&R Rental and Equipment, building your projects, supporting your success.
Hey folks, Todd Starnes here. When it comes to keeping pests out of your home, Mark Turner at Select Pest Control has it figured out. As the name implies, you get to select whether you want their professional team to take care of those pesky pests, or if you'd rather do it yourself, Visit their retail store on Brownsbridge Road in Gainesville. Since 1993, Mark and his great staff have offered professional service, products, and advice to North Georgia. Visit them online at selectpest.net, or better yet, stop by Select Pest Control today and tell them Todd sent you.
Hey there, it's Cody Lovin, owner of Crawl Space Medic. Is your crawl space giving you trouble? Maybe it's moisture, structural issues, or even foul odors? Don't worry, my team and I, we've seen it all. At Crawl Space Medic, we specialize in crawl space repairs, encapsulations, and basement waterproofing, ensuring your home's foundation stays solid and protected. We're all about delivering top-notch service you can trust with solutions that last. Give me a call at 706-410-2400 or visit crawlspacemedic.com for a free evaluation.
As believers, our faith journey involves both a vertical and horizontal relationship. This is Mike Martin with a thought from God's Word concerning relationships. Vertically, we have a relationship with God. Horizontally, we have relationships with others. Our family, friends, and work associates are people with whom we have vital relationships. The way we look at them, talk to them, talk about them, treat them is an indication of how we stand in our relationship with God and should exemplify our walk with Him. Proverbs 6:16 through 19 gives instructions to carefully consider how the Lord would have each of us represent Him in every relationship in our lives. My prayer is, Father, help me to love others as you've loved me. Help me be kind, gentle, display self-control in Jesus' name. Holy Spirit, you promised if I would trust you with my whole heart, lean not on my own understanding, but acknowledge you in all that I do, you would direct my path. In Jesus' name.
Always here, always local.
From the Access WDUN Hardy Chevrolet Newsroom, Gwinnett County's law enforcement will make it easier for residents to dispose of unwanted or expired drugs. Details at Access WDUN and coming up on North Georgia's News Talk.
It's your weekly dose of good information and bad guesses. It's the Pick'em Show, presented by M&R Equipment Rental and Sales on AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN and on YouTube at Access WDUN Sports.
Welcome back, Bo. We're here. Welcome back to the show as we're getting Bo and Bucky. That's our guest pickers, by the way, coming in here on our next segment as we get to the rapid fire picks.
Met one of them at East Jackson, and I'm like, you're the reason I'm here.
Yeah. So we wanted to get them on before the Franklin County game, but they had prior obligations, so they couldn't make it. So
they were
going to be on this week.
They were probably
big one this week for the Eagles.
Yeah, huge game for them this week. We were talking to the break some more of the games we wanted to talk about and kind of break down a little bit. And Caleb, you mentioned Branch and Walnut Grove, which is a big Region 8-4A game.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it last week, Flowery Branch at Madison County. If Flowery Branch had won that game, it would have basically, especially now that we know that Walnut Grove was going to get beat by East Forsyth, would have basically handed Flowery Branch the 2 seed in Region 8-4A. The good news for them is they've got another chance this week because Walnut Grove did get beat and Eastside did lose to North Oconee. So now Flowery Branch again goes on the road again. Another opportunity for them to potentially seal at the 2 seed. And Walker, it's not often that a team that's in this kind of position gets a mulligan like this.
Well, and I was going to say, does anybody here think that maybe North Oconee's got a little bit of a chink in the armor now? No Kamari Brooks for who knows how long for the Titans.
He's out for the season.
They have to hold on.
He's
out for the season. Okay.
Yeah.
So they have to hold on against Eastside. If Flowery Branch can put 48 minutes together next week, I think is when they play the Titans. Do we think the Falcons could pull off an upset?
Look, I'm not taking anything away from Flowery Branch. They've had a great season.
It is at home.
I love the team. I love the Falcons, the way they're constructed and the way they've been playing. I'm not sure what happened last week. North Oconee, I mean, even without Kamari Brooks, guys, they're that good. He he's a defensive end mainly. He's used as a tight end on offense. He is not a main weapon on their offense. So whatever happened last week really was not a reflection of not having Kamari. They haven't had Kamari Brooks since right after the Jefferson game. So they're used to it. So is there a kink? I don't know. Branch beat Eastside. Eastside maybe could have beaten North Oconee. I think it's in play.
The question I have is Flowery Branch, the defense struggled against Madison County. You almost throw that result out the window because
it's Madison County.
It's a totally different offense than what you're going to see the rest of the season. But my question, guys, is Flowery Branch only put up 14 points in that game.
That's the more concerning issue.
Walnut Grove's offense is not very good. So if Flowery Branch can have anything resembling a productive day at Walnut Grove tomorrow, I think they win comfortably. The question is, what happened offensively at Madison County, and can they correct it this week?
I don't know. Walnut Grove's only given up 84 points. That's it. So they have a solid defense.
They have a solid defense. What's their non-region look like?
Not very good.
So
not very good.
I kind of lean on that, and I also lean on what Flowery Branch has done up
Right.
into that Madison County
They
game.
have played a much tougher schedule top to bottom.
Obviously, I would love to know exactly what went wrong in Madison County for Flowery Branch last week, but I feel like Branch is going to rebound against Walnut Grove.
Is this I throw this out to the panel. Is this a must-win? Because if they lose this game, they could drop all the way to 6th, knowing you got to go to North Oak or play North Oconee next week.
Well, at that point, Eastside, Walnut Grove beat them, Madison County beat them, right?
Right.
Or if that's the way it happens.
Right. If they
beat
lose this, they could
Eastside.
drop all the way to 6 with North Oconee up next. Is this I feel
Who
this
do
is
they
a
have
must-win.
after North Oconee?
Cedar Shoals.
Yeah.
Which is a Thursday game, by the way. Programming note. There you go.
Right, and Cedar's winless, so you can kind of say they probably should win that game. If they lose this and could drop to 6, I feel like this is a must-win game.
I would agree with that.
Wow, I think it's must win even if they do make the playoffs because from a confidence standpoint.
Right.
Because I feel like that, if you lose to North Oconee, even if you lose bad at home, everybody, you can go home and say, you know what, it's North Oconee.
That's correct.
But this is a team I feel like they should beat. I think they probably felt like Madison County was a team they should beat.
I do too.
I think they need to win this one just from a confidence standpoint. The other thing I wanted to ask you guys is, we talked about Walnut Grove losing to East Forsyth. Is East Forsyth sort of back from the dead in the 8-4A playoff race with wins over Cedar Shoals and Walnut Grove now?
I think they're actually coming into their own, if that makes any sense, because that program was flipped upside down. I mean, they lost their starting quarterback, that lost a lot of starters, and now they're kind of rebuilding that team, and I think maybe ahead of schedule. If you look at what happened last week, they win that game 10-3. So East Hall, or East Forsyth, I would say they are back from the dead.
This is another one of these games in 8-4A. It's interesting. We looked at 8-4A at the beginning of the year. It's like North Oconee and then who else? And last week you had 5 teams within like a half game for second place. So, I mean, everybody is in play. So every game is huge. I think this is another must-win, Walker, for the Broncos.
Walker, by the way, Walnut Grove lost to Eastside 34-6. So carry on.
Yeah, and we kind of had a feeling that Eastside would be the team that is pushing for that 2 seed more so than anybody else. I think for East Forsyth, you get this win, you're all of a sudden looking at, can East Forsyth potentially push up to the number 3 seed, which, as we know in 4A, when you're matching up with regions, the 4 seed's going on the road to a region champ.
Right.
I can't remember who Region 8 crosses with.
I think they cross with 2.
I think it is 2.
I believe that's right.
So that's a really, really long road trip against a really, really good team out of
Right.
Southeast Georgia.
All right, one other game. Go ahead, Walker. Finish.
I was just going to say, I think the Broncos, it's a must win, and if they can rattle off, 1-2 here down the stretch, it becomes a much easier road for them in the playoffs.
Here's the issue for them. Look, they've got 12 turnovers on the season. They've had 8 interceptions. The East Side, they forced 16 turnovers, and they picked off 9 passes.
Flowery Branch threw an interception on their first play of the game against East Side earlier this year.
They did.
I wanted to mention real quickly before we're up against the break, Chestatee, Dawson, kind of a must-win for Chestatee.
I think it's a must-win for both teams.
I was about to say, I think it's a must-win for Dawson after losing to White County.
Yeah.
But I think the playoff hopes are more on the side of Chestatee than they are of Dawson.
Dawson
at this point.
is like 50. I think in the power
43rd or 44th, something
they may
like
have
that.
moved up something, but I mean they're going to have to win out, and they have North Hall left, so
and
Lumpkin, so they have a very difficult
Chestatee
road.
kind of has would you call it favorable?
I think so.
They've only got GAC left among the top teams in 6-3.
We looked at their stats
GAC last year.
We looked at their stats, and Ben Plemons only had 1 carry last week, so he might be out. And without Ben Plemons, where is?
But
Chestatee?
it was 35-28 against Pickens Lake without Plemons.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's going to be
Figure
a
that
really.
one out.
I think that's going to be that could be a minor war up there at Tiger
Dawson
Stadium.
County's the hardest team in the area to figure out, in my opinion. We've seen them look really good. We've seen them look not very good.
And that's the end of the quarter, and it's time to head to the fourth quarter as rapid-fire picks coming up next with our guest pickers, voices of East Jackson football. That's Bo and Bucky. They're going to join us. We'll see how good they are at picking as the Pick'em Show continues here next on WDUM.
Time to replace your roof. You've seen your neighbor's metal roof and wondered if that's for you. The answer is yes, thanks to Dawsonville Metal Products. Metal roofing from Dawsonville Metal gives you the maximum choices for making your roof look and function its best. It can be installed over your existing roof and can boost your home's value. Let Justin Odom show you the many benefits of metal roofing. Call Dawsonville Metal Products at 706-265-3099 and visit them online at dawsonvillemetal.com.
The guys on the gridiron wouldn't think of showing up on game day in a dirty uniform, so why show up in a dirty car? Prep for the game at Extreme Clean Auto Spa and play defense against paint damage with their ceramic glaze products. Extreme Clean also has vacuums to keep the inside looking great too. With a monthly membership, you can wash once a day, every day. Be game day ready with veteran-owned Extreme Clean Auto Spa on White Sulphur Road or use their touchless system on Brownsbridge Road. Doesn't your car deserve the best?
He's won the right to go after the championship in Phoenix. Danny Hamlin takes down the win in the South Point 400. Kyle Larson, the runner-up, 1.5 seconds back.
Up next, the round of 8 continues with 500 miles around Talladega. Hear the Yellowwood 500 Sunday at 1 on North Georgia's home of NASCAR. WDUN Gainesville, WDUN FM Clarksville, Gainesville. Always here, always local.
It's 7:30.
National Security Advisor from his first term turned critic, John Bolton, has been indicted. Fox's David Spunt has details.
Bolton charged not only with keeping top secret classified information, but sharing it with family members.
Bolton attorney Abby Lowell released a statement saying, "We look forward to proving once again that Ambassador Bolton did not unlawfully share or store any information." The blame game continues in Washington as the government shutdown reaches day 16. Fox's Chad Pergram reports.
Republicans say the government shutdown is because Schumer is scared of Ocasio-Cortez. But even though Ocasio-Cortez claims that Schumer has nothing to fear, Republicans are convinced that the left is in charge.
There have now been 10 failed votes in the Senate to approve a temporary funding bill. America's listening to Fox News.
Always here, always local.
WDUN. From the Access WDUN Hardy Chevrolet Newsroom, I'm Hamilton Keener. It's been a dry fall season so far in Georgia, and drought conditions are continuing to worsen. The U.S. Drought Monitor released its updated conditions Thursday morning, now showing all of Barrow, Gwinnett, and Jackson counties, along with the southern portions of Hall, Forsyth, and Banks counties under moderate drought status. Most of the rest of the region is listed under abnormally dry status. The only parts of the region not under any drought conditions are Rabun, Towns, and Union counties. The city of Gainesville will have planned water outages for some residents this weekend. WDUN's William Daughtry reports.
The city of Gainesville has announced scheduled intermittent outages due to the work to complete the Riverside Water Treatment Plant improvement projects. The work is scheduled to last from 9 p.m. on Friday until 7 a.m. on Saturday for the Blue Ridge Drive and Riverside Drive areas off of Thompson Bridge Road. A map of the impacted area and contact information for the Department of Water Resources is at Access WDUN.
And more college degrees are going out to Georgia students than ever before. The University System of Georgia reports more than 82,000 students earned degrees in fiscal year 2025. That's a jump of close to 8% year to year. The number of degrees given out over the last decade rose 50% according to the system. There's more news at Access WDUN. And now here's the Access WDUN WDUN forecast.
Good Thursday afternoon, North Georgia. Sunny skies, an abundance of brightness. Mid to upper 70s this afternoon. No worries because we keep things clear right on through the evening and overnight. Low 50s by Friday morning. From the Access WDUN Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Holly Strano.
It's 78 degrees in Arcade, 80 degrees in Ellijay, and 78 degrees in Gainesville. From North Georgia's News Talk, AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN.
Farmers know the value of hard work and trust, and so do we. For more than 4 decades, Bagwell Insurance has partnered with farm families to protect what matters most. From equipment and livestock to your home and vehicles, we've got you covered. It's our family's business protecting your family's business. Visit us online at bagwellinc.com. Bagwell Insurance Group, redefining protection.
Hi folks, Matt Hayes here from Hayes of Baldwin. If you're in the market for a new car, truck, or SUV, take a short drive and come see what North Georgia has to offer. We have 8 brands in one location, a great selection of pre-owned and manufacturer-certified pre-owned vehicles. But that's not all. With 2 large service departments to take care of all your automotive needs, from maintenance, repairs, or just tires and checkups. Hayes offers friendly staff and excellent customer service. With over 50 years of a family-owned and operated business in North Georgia, come see what Hayes has to offer you. Hayes of Baldwin, just 3 miles north of Hall County on Highway 365.
Life moves pretty fast, and a lot can change in a year. That's why it's important to schedule an annual review with a licensed insurance agent to make sure your coverage is kept up. You may even be eligible for new discounts. Your local Georgia Farm Bureau insurance office isn't far away. Visit gfbinsurance.com to schedule a free annual review. Georgia Farm Bureau. Insurance you can feel good about.
We are Farm Bureau.
Want to see what 4 guys talking football in a tiny room look like? Head to Access WDUN Sports on YouTube. It's the Pick'em Show, presented by M&R Equipment Rental and Sales on AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN.
Hey guys, you ready to start picking? Let's do it. Picking? That's what they pay us to do.
Are you going to be picking
Wait,
pickings today?
Y'all get paid to do this?
I ain't picking pickings. Take it up with management, Jeff.
That is on the list, right? Is Pickens on the list? No, they're not on the list this week. Never mind.
Hey, look, let's go ahead and get to it. Let's open it up with our rapid-fire picks as we get here for the pick.
12 games, 10 to 15 seconds. No time to think, just pick and defend it. Quick takes, bold calls, and 0 hesitation. Yeah, that means you, Jeff. What you got, fellas? It's Pick'em time, rapid-fire style.
So last week, guys, wasn't very good for the 4 of us.
Actually, I was pretty decent compared to y'all.
Oh, you were 7-5. That
Right.
was your worst showing of the year,
right?
and
but
you
it was
won.
over 500, unlike the rest of you.
Well, I finished 500, so I was 6-6. Bo and Caleb 5-7. How about Sam Kubion though? 8-4.
I was not 5-7. I was 7-5.
Yes, you were 7-5.
Yeah, you just pulled the me, by the way.
My bad.
You meant
Caleb
Jeff.
and Jeff were 7-5.
But you
Or
compared
5-7.
Bo to me, really? Come on.
Yeah, Sam Kubion 8-4 though.
Yeah.
I will tell. He brought his game last week.
May her.
He did.
May or.
Caleb and I are tied 81-30 on the year. Bo, you're 2 games back. Jeff, you're 3 games back. Our guest picker this year, 72-27. Of course, with that abbreviated show in week 7 that we did not have a guest picker, so we'll have to go off winning percentages coming up. And that's a perfect segue, Bo, to our guest pickers.
Let's welcome in the voices of East Jackson football, Bo and Bucky. Welcome to the show, guys.
Appreciate you having us. Hey, how you doing, guys?
We're doing well. Are you ready? Have you done any research?
We got 2 pieces of paper in front of us, so a little bit of research was done during.
That's more paper than I have.
If y'all, I want to know something. If y'all disagree, who gets the deciding vote?
Actually, we're going to put them both in, so... Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
there we go. Okay.
So
All right.
they don't have to pick the same.
How long have you guys been calling East Jackson Eagles football, by the way?
This is our 3rd year.
Now, you guys are teachers at East Jackson or no?
Yes, sir.
That's what I thought. Okay, so how did this come about with you guys wanting to jump in? Do you guys teach the AB department, or how did it happen?
We're both math teachers. Yeah, we're both
Oh,
we're both in the
math teacher.
department.
That makes perfect sense.
Yep. I teach 8th grade math and algebra 1, and Bo, he does some upper level secondary math.
Yeah, we went to our new principal when he came in, and we were like, hey, let's we want to do this, and he's like, I love it, anything to build a brand. And so he kind of gave us the reins and let us take it, and we've been doing it most Friday nights for the last 3 or 4 years. Yeah.
This isn't fair.
What?
I feel like we're at a disadvantage.
Why?
We got high-level math people here. They're going to have formulas. They're going to have all kinds of stuff.
I will say,
It's just senior math. There ain't no high level to it.
That's high level to me.
That's high level.
That's high level to me.
By the way, who's the stat guy on this crew?
Probably you.
Yeah.
I teach stats, but I think you do it a little more than I do.
Okay, so you're going to start sending us stats after the game. You see where I'm going with that?
Oh, yeah, we got you.
the season's almost over now, Bo.
You've got the phone number now, Bo, right?
Yeah.
You've got the phone number?
Connections on some stats. So.
That's right. Never too late. Let's get to the picks, though, Walker. Let's roll with it.
So here's the order, guys. It'll be Caleb, Jeff, then we'll go Bo, then Bucky, then our Bo, and then I'll wrap things up. So don't get confused with the Bows. Bo and Bucky's Bo will go before you, Bo.
Wait,
I'm already confused.
When am I going again? No.
Who's on third?
You're going after Bucky.
Perfect.
So let's start
Bo
with this
and-
one, guys. The one that just kicked off over in Coal Mountain, West Forsyth at North Forsyth.
Score?
Caleb, you're first.
I am going to go with West Forsyth in that one.
Jeff.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to ride the upset train. I need to get back in this thing. Give me the Raiders. Bo?
Go for it, Bo.
All right, I'm going with the dynamic running back. He's got over 100 yards per game for West Forsyth. Give me West Forsyth.
Okay.
I'm also going to go with West Forsyth. I think that 6-1 record setting on top of that region just a little strong to overcome.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I think North Forsyth's high is going to get low this week, so give me the Wolverines.
Defense wins championships, but it does not win ball games. Give me West Forsyth.
I can't
Buford
believe
is
all
at-
of y'all have started off with a loss like that. Wow.
Buford is at Central Gwinnett.
We ain't starting with a loss here. Buford wins big.
Wolves.
Yeah, I'm going to go Buford with, the two D1 commits that they got wide out, and quarterback Dylan Raiola's little brother. Give me Buford.
Yeah, as much as that Raiola move to Nebraska hurt my feelings last year, I don't think I can take that out of his little brother. So I'm going to go Buford as well.
One word, huge. Buford big.
Interestingly, Buford less of a favorite than our next game that we have up. I'm taking Buford in this one. Gainesville, though, Caleb, a bigger favorite than the Wolves. They host Chattahoochee on 94.5 The Lake.
How much was that line? You didn't tell everybody.
55, I want to say.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Rolling back up, yeah, it was Gainesville 55-point favorites. Buford just a 45-point favorite.
We always talk about coaches always say, hey, we can't just roll off the bus, get off the bus and expect to win. Gainesville can just get off the bus and expect to win tomorrow. Gainesville wins big.
Yeah. Give me Big Red.
Yeah, Gainesville. My buddy Nate from college is a strength coach over there. Nate Mathis, give me Gainesville big.
Yeah, I got Gainesville big in this one as well. Don't know if they'll cover that big spread, but they're going to win big on Friday.
Use the same word here, huge. Gainesville big in this one.
Nigel Newkirk, that's the difference in this one. I know Kareem Hewley's going to get his yards, but Nigel's going to run wild on Chattahoochee. Give me Gainesville. Big one in 6-3A on AM 550 this week, guys. Chestatee goes to Dawson County. Can Dawson County rebound, Caleb, after the shocking loss last week to White?
I think they can. Chestatee has just struggled in region play this year. I am going to take the Tigers at home in Dawsonville tomorrow to win. I think they win by 10 points.
Oh, he's calling his shot.
Points on it.
Okay. Oh, it's my turn.
Yes, it is your turn, Jeff.
I got confused with the Bows. Okay, Tigers.
Shot clock violation.
Tigers.
I'm going.
I got in under the buzzer that time.
Run heavy offense. I'm going Chestatee.
I'm actually going to go opposite on this one. I'm going to go Dawson County. We had a chance to see them up close and personal. When I look at the points for and points against for both of these teams this year, I think Dawson County is the stronger team.
Burned me last week with the pick. Burned me big time with the pick. I'm going back to that well, though. Give me the Tigers.
I like Dawson County at home, especially if Ben Clemens is out. not knowing his status, I'm going to take the Tigers to rebound. Kahala Creek at Union County, potential playoff eliminator in Class 2A.
I said Union County was overdue for a win last week, and it didn't happen. So you know what that means?
Still overdue.
That means they're still overdue. Union County gets the win.
Look, they need this game to get into the playoffs, so I'm going to give them some motivation. Give me the Creek.
I agree. I think Koala Creek is going to come in there and beat Union.
Yeah, I just don't think Union's got enough to get over the hump. I don't see them getting in the playoffs this year. Give me Kohala Creek.
You making me struggle. Struggle big time with this pick. Yeah, give me the Creek. I'll go with that. Walker.
I'm going to take Camden Kendrick and get on the train with Caleb. I think Union County's well overdue. And Blairsville.
They are overdue.
Another game that was a pick'em, and we actually have it backwards on our sheet. Oglethorpe County is at Commerce.
And that is important, Walker, because what did we establish early in the show?
Do not go play in Lincolnton.
Lexington. Don't go play in Lincolnton either. They're number 1 in 1DA, 1AD2 right now.
Yeah, just stay away from that.
Stay out of Lexington. Commerce is going to do that. And you know what? Give me Commerce to get their first win of 2025.
Man, this is a tough one because I would like to see Commerce get off the schneid here, but that was so shocking last week. But I can't go against the Gold. So give me Commerce. Give me Commerce.
This one's a little close to home here. It's kind of in our backyard, and seeing Commerce 0-7 is kind of shocking for me.
Absolutely.
Being a transplant here. But I think they go 0-8. Give me Oglethorpe.
Oof. Uh-oh.
Yeah, as much as I would like to see Commerce win this game to kind of help our strength of schedule out a little bit, I just don't think that's going to happen. I'm going to go with Oglethorpe and watch the Tigers drop to 0-8 on the year.
Could it become...
That's going to hurt my feelings too bad either, honestly.
There it is.
Bo, could it be Oglethorpe and 8 for the Tigers?
That's not good.
Do we have some type of something that we can womp? There it is.
Not good.
This is another tough one with me. Will Oglethorpe have the letdown after the big win over Rabun? I don't think so. Give me the Patriots.
You notice I have the new sticker on the microphone from the GAFFCA.
Yeah, I noticed.
I'm going to side with them on this one. They pick Oglethorpe County. I'm going to take Oglethorpe as well. Let's go rapid fire, really rapid fire on this one, guys. East side at East Forsyth.
Give me East side.
Yeah, give me East side.
East side.
East side.
East side.
Yeah, I'm going to take East side as well at East Forsyth. Flowery Branch is at Walnut Grove. We've talked extensively about this one.
Falcons got to have it. I think they get it. Give me Flowery Branch. In a low-scoring game, they win.
Yeah, I've seen Michael Perry when his back's against the wall with some of his teams. So give me the Falcons. I think they rebound.
I agree. Falcons there over Walnut Grove.
Yep. Give me the Branch.
Sturm gonna eat. Give me the Branch.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Branch on the road. They lock up the 2 seed in that one. Final one of this segment, guys. It's in 6-3A. GAC going to White County, fresh off their first win of the season.
Really happy for Chad Bennett and that crew to get their first win last week. Don't think they're going to make it 2 in a row, though. I got the Spartans.
Yeah, give me the Spartans.
GAC.
Yep, GAC.
GAC going to win this one.
White County keeps it close. GAC, though, wins it late.
Ooh, good call on that one. That's the end of this rapid fire pick segment.
Look at that. We beat the buzzer.
We beat the whistle this time. We're going to get to the final 3, the big game picks coming up here next as we wrap up the show. The Week 10 Pick'em Show continues right here next on WDUN.
In North Georgia,
it's the topics that matter to me.
We're your eyes and ears in the community with the latest breaking news.
It's the most important thing we face.
AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN. Always here, always local.
David, I can't believe you just called that nice man an egghead.
Are you kidding? That's the biggest compliment I could give him. Any green egg user loves to be known as an egghead.
Then Autry's Ace is the place for eggheads.
Absolutely. Eggheads love our great selection of Big Green eggs, tables, and accessories. The Big Green Egg is the highest quality, most versatile, and simplest to use ceramic smoker you'll ever own.
Sounds like it's time to get egging.
Come by Autry's Ace Hardware today, Thompson Bridge Road in Gainesville, your hometown hardware store.
While technology has certainly changed the way people do business, it hasn't changed the way we treat our customers. It's Mike Cormier, and at Hardy Chevrolet, we are as committed to excellent customer service as the Hardys were when they started the business here in Gainesville over 4 decades ago. When it's time for a new or used vehicle, remember what Charles Hardy always said.
We love you and we need you.
Together, let's drive. At Hardy Chevrolet, Browns Bridge Road in Gainesville, online at hardychevrolet.com.
Whether it's on the football field or planning for retirement, it's important to have the right team around you to succeed. I'm Alex Schliman, quarterback for the North Hall Trojans. While I'm not throwing touchdowns, my family is assisting clients with their financial planning needs. Are you looking to retire soon, receiving an inheritance, selling a business, or simply have questions about the market? The team at Sullivan & Schliman Wealth Management is here to help. Reach out to us to make sure you and your family are surrounded by a winning team. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member FINRA and SIPC.
You've got meals to plan, children to ferry from practice to ball games, shopping and dusting, and good grief. Give yourself a break and take your laundry to Townview Coin Laundry. Take your comforters, quilts, blankets, and mattress covers. They'll wash, dry, and fold your laundry, or you can use their industrial-sized machines. Townview Coin Laundry saves wear and tear on your washer and dryer and on you too. Get the stains out at Townview Coin Laundry at the corner of Bradford Street and College Avenue in downtown Gainesville, open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Aren't you glad that cooler weather and the fall planting season is here? This is Kelly, and Full Bloom Nursery is stocking up on beautiful mums and fall annuals. Plus, we're fully stocked with 4 acres of perennial shrubs and trees. Since 2003, Full Bloom Nursery has been helping customers all over North Georgia. To get started on your projects, give us a call at 678-616-3035. Visit fullbloomnursery.com for more info, and be sure to like us on Facebook to see what's growing.
Always here, always local.
From the Access WDUN Hardy Chevrolet Newsroom, Small Business Administrator Kelly Leffler gave an update on the government shutdown and small businesses. Details at Access WDUN and coming up on North Georgia's News Talk.
Streaming online at accesswdun.com. Video streaming on YouTube at Access WDUN Sports. And on air at AM 550 and FM 102.9. It's the Pick'em Show on North Georgia's News Talk.
My oh my, the show flies. We're in our final segment. We have just under 10 minutes to go here on this Week 10 Pick'em Show. And we've got 3 more games to pick in this segment, 3 pretty big ones. We'll go same order, guys. We'll start with Jackson County at Winder Barrow. Caleb, this was your dark horse dog pick.
It was. I took Winder Barrow plus 33. However, I just think they cover. I don't think the Double G Bulldogs win. I think Jackson County's just too good. I think they're the most complete team in Region 8 5A. I know a lot of people have been talking about that as a weak region. That the people who are saying that, it has nothing to do with Jackson County because the Panthers are pretty darn good. And I think they are going to – I think they could take a punch early in this one, Jeff, but I think they're just going to be too much for Winder Barrow overall for 4 quarters.
Yeah, MJ Dowdy's going to get his yards. I mean, he's got 8 100-yard games in 8 games. He's going to get his yards. And he got his yards at Hab Central, who beat them. You know, I would say they kind of controlled that game most of the way. It wasn't as close as it looked. And Jackson County, yeah, the region may not get a lot of, accolades because, Clark Central's down this year. And it's kind of like when Kentucky basketball isn't good. They think the SEC's no good. But this is a really good Jackson County team. I think this is a team that nobody's really going to want to play in the playoffs. They're going to be a region champ or at least a number 2 seed if they win this game.
Win this one.
And so I think they have a lot of motivation. They've never won a region title. That's on their mind. You can't slip up now. I don't think they win. I don't think they will. So give me the Panthers.
By the way, we welcome back our guest pickers from East Jackson, Bo and Bucky. Bo, what's your pick?
I have Jackson County in this one. East Jackson's seen both of these teams this year. We saw Jackson County in a scrimmage first of the season. We hung with them a little bit in the first half before, or when the starters were in and stuff. East Jackson actually beat Winder this year, kind of stole one from them first game of the season.
Yeah, they did.
Just kicking the last-second field goal to win. So, and if you look at Max Preps with this and you look at the breakdown of it, I mean, it is on paper, it is pretty close. But I got Jackson County beating Winder.
I honestly think that MJ Dowdy is one of the most talented running backs that we've seen over the last 3 or 4 years of doing this. Matched up against him last year, and then also saw him again this year. Just a super talented running back. But and like you guys said earlier, he's going to get his. But I think that Jackson County as a whole is just really strong this year. Great quarterback play, defensively only giving up just a handful of points over the course of the season. So I think the Panthers are just a little too strong. So I'll go with Jackson County in that one.
Yeah, running back like Dowdy's going to get his. I mean, and that's just the way it goes. But he's not going to get enough because Jackson County is just clicking. Now, they did have the off week, so it'll be interesting to see how they come out of the off week. But give me the Panthers.
Only one team has scored more than 20 points on Jackson County this year. That was at 6A Decula, and the Falcons needed a kick return to cross the 20-point barrier. That's a really good defense.
They've only given up like 6.6 points a game in region play, Jackson County.
Yeah, give me the Panthers for all the reasons that all of you just said. Let's go to our game on FM 102.9. Lumpkin County at North Hall, potentially the region championship game. If North Hall wins, if Lumpkin wins, we've got some three-way tie breaks, Caleb.
Could be 4.
I do think Lumpkin County is going to put up some points on this one. However, if you're going to beat North Hall, you've got to be that kind of defense that can finally slow the Trojans down. I think Lumpkin County's defense is all right. I don't think they're that unit. They could prove me wrong, but I think North Hall is just going to be too much offensively.
Look, the stat of the show was 5 because North Hall's only punted 5 times all year. Lumpkin County may need to force 5 punts to win this game. I don't see that happening. Nobody's been able to stop North Hall. I think it's closer than people think it might be, but give me the Trojans.
Yeah, I mean, North Hall coming into this with more than 300 passing yards per game. It's pretty impressive. And then you look at the common opponents, and North Hall is 5-0 versus Lumpkin County 3-2 against common opponents. I do have North Hall in this going staying undefeated.
The high school football fan in me would love to see the chaos of a Lumpkin County win.
Absolutely.
But I just don't think that's going to happen. I think North Hall's just too strong. I'm going with North Hall in that one.
I mean, we're all talking about the passing game in this game. But let's talk about the rushing attack from both sides and the North Hall's revolving door of really good running backs. I don't think Lumpkin's defense has enough to slow North Hall down that much, but I think Lumpkin will be a pest to the Trojans. Give me the Trojans.
I was walking the hallowed grounds of the burial grounds last week, and 15 years ago, almost to the date,
here it is.
We went into the Brickyard and knocked off North Hall. History repeats itself. Lumpkin County upset in the Brickyard tomorrow night. Final game, it's the one why we've got Bo and Bucky here with us. East Jackson travels up to Hart County in a very important region game for both teams, Caleb.
Well, here's what I got to ask to our guest pickers here. Bo and Bucky, have you guys watched the show much over the last couple of years? I mean, have you guys – because if you have, you may know a bit of a tradition that Walker and I have when it comes to your team to pick in East Jackson.
I honestly can say I have not. No, sir.
All right. Well,
no offense to that.
you get to join in with us today.
I've got a wider window here, Caleb, so everybody's going to be able to see.
That's right. So, Walker, join in with me on this one because I am taking the Eagles to get the win. Watch the show on stream for those of you listening on the radio going down the road.
Yeah, please don't wreck. Look, I saw East Jackson. I don't think they probably played their worst game of the year. When I went to see them. And, you know, Franklin was just big. I have a feeling Hart's big, too. That seemed to be a real problem for the Eagles. As much as I would like, and this is a huge game, they're, you know, what are they, 18 in the power ranking. So even if they lose this game, I feel like they're still in a really good spot to make the playoffs. But they need it just for a confidence boost because – They need a region win. I would love to pick the Eagles, but
you're not.
I think I'm going to have to go with the Bulldogs just because East Jackson just kind of
Hart County.
Yes.
All right. Bo, what you got?
Like you said, I mean, it was probably the worst game that I've seen us play against Franklin, and quite frankly, it was shocking because we've played Franklin the last 2 years, and the first year we kind of had our way with them, and then last year they gave us a little more of a fight, and those were both at their place. And then they come down here this year and kind of had their way with us. So it was hard to watch. We actually didn't do the show. We were both supposed to be out of town, and the last minute change of plans. So I watched it from the sideline, and it was difficult to watch. When you look at the record, East Jackson's 5-2. Hart County flip it 2-5, but Hart County beat Prince Ave. And that was a shock to me. That was a shock, I think, to Bucky. Most people around here, it was kind of a shock for. So I honestly, I'm not a shoe-in on East Jackson for this, even calling East Jackson on the radio. But I did end up going with the Eagles here. I think that we can go up to Hart County. I think we can take care of business and get that confidence boost like what you guys are talking about.
Short on time.
As I look back on the last couple of games, we went out to Hebron and probably really played our best offensive line play of the year. Then you had that game against Franklin County where you just got punched in the mouth and never really responded. But I do think we possibly get back our leading defensive player in Chase Wingfield this week, which will be very significant and probably a reason for some of the other issues that you had. I'm going with the Eagles this week.
All right, I guess I'm going to go with give me East Jackson. There we go. I did it.
Okay.
I did it. Bo, Bucky, thanks, man. Appreciate you joining the show with us. Have a good call tomorrow night. As that's a wrap for the Week 10 Pick'em Show for the entire crew here. Brian Perker, our producer. Enjoy week number 10 of high school football.
Need a dumpster fast? Need a mobile storage unit or office for your job site? American has you covered. From small home cleanouts to large commercial jobs.